So as we all know, in the 30s is a really pivotal time on our financial journey. Whether you're just starting out or you have a plan, I'm going to give you the 7 money goals that's going to build you wealth and security along your journey. Now, I really want you guys to understand this. In your 30s, it's really critical. For everyone right now in their 30s, you understand that you're making way more money than you did in your 20s. And you have way more responsibilities than you did in your 20s. And that's why it's really important that you follow these money goals. And also, we all know, take it from someone that's in his 40s. Once you're in your 40s, you start questioning how long you actually want to continue working in corporate America. And this is the time, if you have a good amount of money because you built good principles in your 30s, that you can make those decisions and you would not have to do it based upon the fact of you didn't save enough in your 30s. So in your 30s, what you really need to focus on, the first thing to focus on is building an emergency fund. In your 20s, you just figured out, I'll make more money in the future, so you really didn't build a good, solid emergency fund. I was one of them. Trust me, I know. But in your 30s, now you have all these responsibilities. Now you might have a car, you might have a home. There's so many things that you have in your life, and you need to certainly make sure that you have an emergency fund. All I really recommend, guys, is really a 3 to 6 month. It depends on what kind of field you're in. If you're in a field like nursing, where you know there's always a demand for nursing, you might not need to have 6 months, but you can be flexible here. It's really up to you. Now, as far as a tip to learn how to build your emergency fund, really, guys, all you need to do is just make an automatic savings going right into a high yield savings account. That's it. If you are right now a little tight, you could just put a certain amount that makes you feel comfortable getting to that point. But with bonuses and raises and doing side hustles, then you can start adding more and more to it until you reach a 3 to 6 month emergency savings. The next thing you also want to focus on is eliminating high debt payments. Guys, if you have a whole bunch of credit cards right now, at the 30s is the time to clean up that mess. Yeah, that trip that you're taking to Cancun and traveling to Spain and Italy, now it's time to pay that back. Because you don't want that just to be tying you down throughout your 30s, and you certainly don't want that mistake you made in the 20s to go all the way into the 40s. This is the time, guys, that you sit down, you make a plan, and you pay off all your high interest credit cards. Now, what I highly recommend is a few methods, right? We all know about the Dave Ramsey's debt snowball, and we all know about the avalanche. Which one's the best one? It doesn't even matter. As long as you just focus on paying off your debt, you're good. The debt snowball, if you're someone that feels like, I need some momentum, I need some small wins, then go with the debt snowball. If you're someone who loves math, and you know, listen, if I do the avalanche, I will have to pay the credit card or any loan that has the highest interest rate, and you are able to do it, you have the funds to do it, and you have the patience to do it, go that route. Because mathematically, that's the best thing for you to do. But don't get tied up in choosing which one. Just get started and get working on it and pay off that debt as soon as possible. The next thing I want you guys to focus on is to maximize retirement account. Ugh, boring. Retirement. You're in your 30s. You're not thinking about it. But I got news for you. When getting your 40s, you recognize it's right there and it's really close. And now it's time to make that decision. So you certainly want to start putting money into either a Roth IRA or your company's 401k. You certainly need to start doing that because you should have been doing it in your 20s. But if you weren't doing it in your 20s, you got to start doing it in your 30s, because with time, guys, and compound interest, that's going to build you so much wealth. Now, if you are lucky and you're putting at least some money in your 20s, in your 30s, start pumping it up. Start putting more and more money into that account in order for you to reach financial freedom. Now, simple things that you can do if you haven't been doing already, okay? If your company offers you a match, a 401k match, jump on that match and get it. Guys, it's free money. Never forget that. It's free money. Nowhere else are you going to be able to get free money. So certainly take advantage of that. The next thing you want to do is, once you meet that match and you still have money left over, depending on how much income you make, because there are limits to how much money you could open up an IRA account, open up a Roth IRA account and start putting money in there. That, guys, is going to build you so much wealth. And by the time you're 59 years old, you could take all that money and guess what? It's tax free. You certainly want to take advantage of that. And the next thing you want to do after you put money into your retirement is you want to diversify your investments. This is the time, guys, we could put money into stocks, ETF funds, index, real estate, whatever it is that you want to do, but you certainly need to diversify your investments. You can't put your money only into one pot, okay? You cannot, and you better not put money only into one stock. I know a lot of jobs that you might be having right now, the company is offering you a great price on the stock. You don't want to be so tied into one stock. You want to diversify. A lot of people around this age start looking into real estate. They start looking to getting Airbnbs or flipping homes or just being a landlord, all types of real estate investments. Or, which I highly recommend, is putting money into an index fund. That's all you need to do. Put money into an index fund, S&P 500, follow the market. You'll be good to go if you follow those methods. But you certainly want to diversify. You want to make sure by the time you get into your 40s, you're not so much into the risk. You are diversified and you can have, a great time in real estate. Real estate doesn't do good. At least you have your index funds, you have your 401k account, you have all these accounts coming into play. So that way, you're taking advantage of all your investments and you're not that risky. And as I said, take a look certainly on the low price index funds. That's what you certainly want to look into. And if you are not sure exactly what to invest in, because I'm not a financial advisor, I just given you my information for what I learned from my experiences. But if you don't have an experience, here's a good time for you to look into a financial advisor. You could get one that just charges by fee. Okay, per visit, per fee, make them look, give you suggestions, and then you could go from there. But if you do not know what you're doing, you certainly want to get in contact with them and they could give you some help. Now, the next step, and this is the step that a lot of people feel like, man, it's never going to happen, but you got to prepare for it, which is a down payment for a home. I know homes are so expensive right now, but let's be quite honest. We all want to get into a home. So this is the time that you start saving and put money aside in order for you to get a home. Hopefully, guys, you can put enough money down for a down payment, 20%. I promise you, aim for 20%. Reason why 20% is so critical is because of PMI. You want to get rid of that PMI, which is the private mortgage insurance. That will always be on your mortgage if you're putting down less than 20%. So you certainly want to put down at least 20%. Now, let's be quite honest. I know it's difficult for a lot of people to put down 20%. I'm not trying to tell you to delay your home buying in order for you to just get 20%. But it does make your life easier. Because remember, the 20% you're putting down, that's the less you're going to be paying in your mortgage. So your payments will be a lot less if you put more down. But as I said, if you want to get into a home and you want to go a little bit below 20%, it's okay. I get it. The interest rates are really great at this time and you want to jump in there and you do it, then certainly do it. But make it a goal. Make it a goal that you remain patient and you try to put down at least 20%. And you also want to remember this, guys. This is really important. The reason why you want to put this money down for a down payment for a home is, remember, this is going to be the biggest asset you're going to own. And this is going to, by far, be the most significant milestone you're going to reach on your financial journey. So you certainly want to make sure that your house doesn't make you house poor, because you still want to invest and you still want to enjoy life. That's why it's critical to put down a hefty down payment, 20%, in order for you to live a happy, freer life. Now, the next goal you want to have if you're planning to having a family is to plan for educational costs. College is super duper expensive. You probably been there and done that. You know it's really expensive. The best thing you could do is set up your kid to go to college without the stress of having student loans. What you could do is set up a 529 plan. Awesome thing to do. I certainly highly recommend anyone to do that. Now, this is where things get a little dicey, okay? Because you need to remember the number one priority here in your financial plan is you. You want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. You don't want to be in a situation where you're older, you didn't save enough for yourself, and you put all your time and your money towards your kids, and next thing you know, you're going to be in retirement age with not enough money to retire, and now they are going to be the ones to have to help you out. You want to take care of yourself first. So with that being said, put down as much as you can for a kid's 529 plan. Be reasonable. Maybe you might not be able to pay for all 4 years. Maybe you're only able to pay for 2 years. Maybe you're able to pay for 4 years, but no boarding. Maybe they need to buy their own books. Whatever the case may be, you set up a 529 account for something that you are able to do. Do not skimp on your retirement and your savings. Do not make your situation worse. I want you to be financially free. So in your 30s, focus on that, okay? Focus on yourself and also at the same time, put some money for the kids' school. The best way to do it really, guys, is just make it a budget item. Look at your budget, see how much money you have left over every month, make a budget item for your kids' 529, and you set it and you forget it. Now, the seventh money goal, as you know, is the most critical one out of all of them, because let's be quite honest, right now times are hard, the economy, inflation, wages are just not that great. Wages are just not that great. You need to have an additional income stream, okay? You can start now in your 30s trying to start this business idea that you had. Okay, whatever idea you have, you want to be a real estate mogul, you want to do YouTube, whatever it is you want to do, you start little by little learning that skill on how to start that business. This is really critical, guys, because you cannot just depend strictly on a 9 to 5. A lot of times they might lay you off and you might get laid off and then you're screwed. You want to try to optimize as much income as possible. I'm not saying you sacrifice your personal life and your enjoyment in order to start this business, but just put some time and effort into it. You never know exactly where your business will go. I'm doing YouTube now at the age of 40. I wish I would have done it in my 30, but I'm doing it at the age of 40 because I find it really fun. I could make money on it as well, but I find it fun because I'm educating and it's a great thing for me to do. So with that being said, you want to make sure you have multiple income streams going. Now, if you're not an entrepreneur and you like working your 9 to 5, that's great. But remember this, okay? Multiple income streams does not come with you just working. If you're putting money in the market and you're investing, your money is working for you. That's an additional income stream as well. Never forget that. So look into freelance work. If you have a hobby, try to monetize that because you never know, guys. You never know where that could take you. So there you have it, guys. Achieving these 7 money goals will set you up for financial freedom, success, and security. So if you have any questions or any concerns, drop a comment down below, guys. And I really appreciate you stuck around to the end of this video. If one of these goals resonates with you, let me know. Or if you think there's an additional goal that I missed, drop a comment down below. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.